In this video, I'm going to share with you 30 ways that you can romanticize life. When I'm talking about romanticizing life, I'm talking about making the everyday moments special. As a doctor, I've seen firsthand how short life can be. We need to grab life with both hands and enjoy every single moment, squeeze as much joy out of it as we possibly can. And romanticizing life is a way to do this. So I'm going to be sharing with you 30 habits and tips that you can use to romanticize life to make every day feel a lot more special. If you enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you've got any ideas of ways to romanticize life, I would love to hear them in the comments below. Let's get into it. I love this idea of trying to make my home, especially the bathroom, feel like a spa. This seems really tiny, and it is, but one of the things that I like to do is just to roll our towels rather than fold them. And then when it's towel wash day, I put the towels on the tray that goes across the bath. When I walk into the bathroom, I'm like, oh, it feels like a spa, it's so nice. And actually just having one of those bath trays, bath tray, bath pillow. Relax back, have a little face mask on, maybe have a hair mask in, have a nice drink, have a book, and sit in the bath and soak and enjoy. Composting and growing my own fruits and vegetables. And you might be like, what has that got to do with romanticizing life? But really it has everything to do with it, because it's all about slowing down, appreciating nature, and being in touch with your senses, like experiencing food in a different way. When you've grown it yourself, you really hone in on the taste of that food. You think about the slowness, the amount of time it's taken to grow. It's all about slowing down and appreciating the small things in life. Just growing plants in general, whether that be a full-blown garden, a little succulent on a windowsill, or some herbs that you bought from the supermarket that you're just trying to keep alive. There's something special about growing things and nurturing them and feeling really proud when they flower. Watch the sunrise or sunset like it's your favourite show. Having beautiful scents all around the house. Now, I bought myself this one, Ever, and it's from a brand called Saint Eval. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but you can buy it like in a normal diffuser bottle, but I decided to buy the refill one, and I put it into this glass bud vase that I bought from Etsy, and then bought these diffuser sticks from Amazon. I'll link it all down below, but honestly, this is like the best bathroom smell. It just makes me feel happy every time I come into the bathroom. Use music to set the mood of whatever you're doing. So around our house we have the Alexa devices. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to set yours off if you've got one. And we have all these different playlists that we like to listen to. When I'm cooking dinner, I might have some jazz music on. When I'm doing my yoga in the morning, I might have some like really calm music. Love to study or do my work to lo-fi music. Having music all around the house just creates a vibe. It's so nice, especially when we've got friends over, to have a few playlists that we can just stick on and we know that it's going to be good music. Also love to have soul music when I'm cooking dinner. Grab a picnic blanket, head outside and eat your lunch in the garden or in the local park. Just make little mini adventures in your day-to-day life. If you've got particular chores or things that you don't really love to do, try and make them more fun by tying them to something that you do love. So for me, ironing, actually I don't really mind ironing that much, but whenever I do the ironing, I treat myself to watching some trashy reality TV, and it actually makes me look forward to doing the ironing. Maybe that's why I don't mind doing the ironing. I just love having crisp ironed clothes. I love sleeping in ironed bed sheets, so I bought myself this like heat press thing so that I can iron the bed sheets really quickly. It's a ridiculous purchase, but it was so worth it for me because it is divine getting into freshly washed, freshly pressed bed sheets. But yeah, tying in those kind of activities with something fun like watching trashy TV or listening to your favourite podcast. Cooking and baking from scratch and doing the little extra things to romanticize life a bit more. So like adding the garnish, doing the things to make your food look and taste extra special. Food's meant to be a celebration. If you're a regular on this channel, you'll know that I love getting out for walks in nature, especially to the woods. And one of the things that I've started doing is having a few walks a week where I don't listen to anything on my phone, I'm not voice noting anybody, I'm just enjoying the space and the silence. What I've found as I've started doing that is I notice the little things more. I've noticed the different bird song. I've noticed things changing with the seasons. I might do the same walk several times a week, but every single time it's different because nature is always changing. And it's really nice to be able to be in tune with that. When you think about doing housework, if it naturally feels like a bit of a chore, Try reframing it to, I deserve to live in a clean and tidy home. My home is my sanctuary. When you start thinking of it in that way, cleaning your house becomes an act of self-care, looking after your environment, making it your sanctuary, making it as beautiful and as lovely as you possibly can because you deserve to live in a nice environment. It goes from being something that you have to do that probably feels like a chore to something you get to do. And I don't always feel like doing the cleaning and tidying and loading the dishwasher again, but when I think about it in that way, it makes me feel so much better about it. My friend Lucy bought me this crystal that goes in the window, and oh my goodness, I love this thing. Every morning when it's sunny, it sends sparkly rainbows all around the living room, and it just makes me so happy. This is the way to romanticize life. Just give yourself these beautiful little things around your home that make you smile. I actually went and bought myself another one to put in the hallway, so we've got double rainbows, double sparkles all around the house. I'll leave it linked in the description box below because everyone should have one of these. Wear perfume even when you're at home and just having a loungy day. Personally, I just feel like it makes me happier, makes me smile, it makes me feel like me to wear perfume. I wear perfume pretty much 365 days a year, whether I'm seeing anybody, even when I'm just home alone. I really am a sucker for anything that smells nice, and I always want my home to smell divine. But I've pretty much always got some sort of scented candle burning when I'm at home, or a wax melt, or essential oils in a diffuser. And I even have a specific candle that I burn when I'm working. I associate the smell of that particular candle with getting on with my work. And I would love to hear your recommendations. If you've got any particular favourite scents or candle brands, let me know in the comments below because I love discovering new fragrances. You won't be surprised to hear that I also like my car to smell nice, and those little hanging things you can get, they're fine, but I feel like they're quite synthetic smelling, and so I treated myself to this little car scent thing from the White Company where you can add your own essential oils or fragrances from the White Company. Every time I get in my car and I get that scent, I'm like, oh, this smells nice. Having fresh flowers around the house helps me to romanticize life. I showed you that bottle that I keep my diffuser in, the diffuser scent in the bathroom. It came in a set of these bud vases, and again, I'll link them down below. And I just cut these from the garden this morning. There's some bulbs that I've grown, some little bluebells. And when I have a bunch of flowers, I might just buy myself like a cheap bunch of flowers from the supermarket. When it gets down to just a few of them left, when most of them have died, and maybe there's just like one or two little flowers left, I'll put them into these little bud vases and dot them around the house so that they last as long as possible. And I'm not gonna lie, I do have quite a lot of artificial flowers around our home as well. Sometimes you just haven't got the time or the energy to keep flowers and plants alive. I like to have the look of foliage and flowers in every room. Don't wait for one day to use those special things. Use them all the time. My friend Lauren likes to say, drink the champagne. And I like to say, use the crystal glasses. So we got these beautiful crystal glasses, a whole set of them, from Vince's grandparents. And when they were given to us with the instruction that we should use them all the time, because apparently Vince's grandparents had them sitting in this beautiful cabinet and they barely ever got taken out and barely ever got used. So we use these all the time. I use these glasses as my everyday glass to have my orange and carrot juice in the mornings, and it just makes life feel a little bit fancy. When you use your special things, it makes life feel more like a celebration, and it makes you slow down and appreciate the niceness of every day. We shouldn't just be saving ourselves and waiting for one day. We should be enjoying every single day. Taking the time to write meaningful, intentional messages in cards for people, not just for their birthdays, but also for things like congratulating them and thank you notes. It's really nice to take the time to do that kind of thing. Now, I have this cabinet. I'm really proud of this cabinet. I actually painted this myself. Got it from a thrift shop and sanded it all down and painted it inside and out. That was a fun project. Inside this cabinet is where I keep all of my cards, and I also keep a few little gifts and things like that, and we have toys in there for when our nieces and nephews come over and our friends with kids. And so in here I have loads of really pretty cards, and anytime I go to a nice gift shop and I see a suitable card or something that I think is really cute, I buy it, and then it lives in this box ready for me to write cards whenever I need to. Making the effort to learn how to make your favourite drinks at home. I used to think to myself, one day I want to be the kind of person who drinks lemon water with ice in and cucumber, and guess what? I am now. I just make those kinds of drinks. I know it's not anything particularly difficult, but I do that. Silly. taking a bit of extra time to make myself a nice latte in the mornings, learning how to make a delicious iced coffee, cheeky, and making cute little mocktails and cocktails. There's something really special about that. Something I've been trying to do more of recently is to cook seasonally and to make food from produce around our local area. So we've got loads of elderflower bushes growing around where we live, and I have just made a batch of elderflower cordial. This is something I've done for the last few years. I've made like 4 or 5 of these bottles, and that will last us through to the end of the summer, and it's so nice to have seasonal food. If you've watched my video about romanticising autumn and winter, I talk in there about making yourself cozy drinks, hot chocolates, and making warming soups and things. But the same is true for all the seasons, trying to be in the moment that you're in, the season that you're in. And I feel like this helps to romanticize life, being happy where you are, being happy in the season that you're in. And food and drink is such a nice way of doing that. Oh, and let me show you this. So my sister and brother-in-law bought me this little basket to go and collect fruits and vegetables. I said that I'm growing loads of my own fruits and vegetables, and I used this for the first time the other day when I went out collecting elderflowers, and I felt like, I don't know what the word is, but like whimsical, going along collecting my little elderflowers in my basket. I have? Yes you have. You good girl. I know that a few of the people that watch this channel, you guys are stationery addicts, a bit like me, and I love to buy myself a nice notebook. I've shared with you before that I love the ones from Intelligent Change. They've got some really cool journals on there and notebooks and things. And I've recently treated myself to this one from Tam Kaur. I love her YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and check her out. She's absolutely amazing. She's got this journal called Obsessed with Growth, and it's a self-growth journal. It's really very simply laid out, very easy to use. And yeah, she has a section in there for daily recap, current goals, gratitude, and a checklist. And then at the end of the week, there's a future self journal, progress check, and a section just for free writing. And I'm really enjoying it. When I treat myself to nice stationery, it makes me want to sit down and use it more. It makes me want to take that time to myself. One of the things I've been doing for the past couple of years is trying to slow my mornings down. Now, my mornings used to look like rushing out the house, running late, feeling stressed, starting the day off on a bad note. And what I've tried to do in recent years is to slow down, give myself a bit of extra time so that whatever I'm doing that day, I'm arriving feeling cool, calm and collected and like my best self. Now, one of the ways that I've started doing this is giving myself more time in the morning, so getting up a bit earlier. That also means going to bed earlier. We're not losing sleep for this morning routine. The thing that I've started doing that has really helped me to ease into my morning is reading first thing. So as soon as my alarm goes off, or as soon as I just wake up naturally, I get my Kindle and I lay in bed and I just read for like 10 minutes straight. And I realise that this is not going to be possible all the time. It's not going to be possible if you've got kids that come in and wake you up. But in this season of life that I'm in right now, it's working really beautifully for me, and it helps me to just ease into my morning and set the tone for the day. And one of the other ways I've tried to slow down my mornings is by taking my time over my hair and makeup. Rather than just rushing and putting on a really quick bit of mascara that's smudged around my eyes, taking a bit of extra time to slow down and do it more purposefully and with more intention. And you might have seen in one of my previous videos, I've started doing this thing where I say my morning affirmations in the mirror as I'm doing my makeup. And if you've never tried that kind of thing before, it's really lovely. And you know what? Life has got really good since I got a dressing table. I always wanted a dressing table. It is so nice to have a place to sit down and do my makeup and do my hair. In the past, I've always just stood up and done it in a mirror on the wall or in front of my wardrobe. And these days, I have an actual dedicated dressing table, and it feels really like feminine. I feel like a fancy lady. Taking my time to do my skincare slowly as well, and like really massaging my face as I put the products on, like I'm in a spa having a facial, just taking an extra 30 seconds or so to do a bit of lymphatic massage on my face and my neck. And also when I'm putting my body cream on, taking a bit of time to massage my feet, massage my legs. It just feels so lovely, and it's like giving myself this message that I can slow down, taking really good care of myself. I've created a couple of little zones in my house that feel like cozy little reading nooks, and they're just such a joy to use. And now let me show you one of them. Tilly's using it at the moment. Let me just turn this camera around. You've seen me film here a lot of the time, and this looks out onto our garden. It's such a beautiful view. And it is so nice, especially on a day off, to sit in this chair with a nice cup of tea, looking out whatever the weather is, whether it's rainy or sunny, and just enjoy reading a nice book. Good girl. No face legs. No face legs. I don't know about you, but I love driving. I just find it so relaxing. It's like me time. It's time for myself to listen to podcasts and to think. I use it to chat to my mum when I'm on my hands-free, listen to music, sing really loudly while no one can hear me. One of the things I love to do when I'm going on a long drive is to leave a bit of extra time for my journey and to take the scenic route. Now, what I typically do is take the direct route there, go on the motorways, and then on the way back, take the scenic route and stop off at cute little villages, see what takes my fancy. I did this when I went to go and visit one of my friends recently, and on my way home I drove all the way through the Cotswolds, all through these beautiful villages. I stopped off at a couple of little nice gift shops and just had a wander around. It was so gorgeous. Highly recommend doing this. Have you ever noticed that when you're on holiday, you just feel more relaxed and more happy? I try, whenever I go away somewhere, to bring a bit of that holiday spirit with me when I get home. For example, if I've tried a new food, I might try and make that food when we get home. Or if I've been drawn to wearing certain items of clothing while I've been away, or certain colours, I'll try and bring that into my day-to-day life, into what I'm wearing, what I'm doing. Or the kind of music that you listened to while you were away on holiday. I like to think of it as having an afterglow to the time away and bring that into your day-to-day life to romanticize it. And on the note of adventures, I like to create space in my life for spontaneity. Now, my grandparents were so good at this, and my mum's brilliant at it as well. Just being able to say yes to things because you just feel like it. So yes, I love a routine. I'm all about having habits, routines and systems in my life to make life feel easy and organized. But those habits and routines and systems, I set them up so that I get the things done that I need to get done as efficiently as possible. And then I have way more space in my life. I have time to do the things I want to do outside of that. Well, life wasn't always like this for me. I used to be really chaotic and busy all the time. I've made so many changes to how I live. I've got a video up here about living a soft life, which is all about making life as easy as possible for myself. And since I've started doing this, I've been able to say yes to so many opportunities and adventures at the last minute. So when I talk about protecting your energy, this is what I mean, because you then make room for magical things. And to give you a concrete example, last year, it was pretty much this time last year, I was invited to Italy with 24 hours notice, and I was able to say yes without really any massive impact to the rest of my life, and it was amazing. It was such an adventure. Absolutely loved it. Celebrate absolutely everything. Reward yourself for everything. Mark every milestone. Reward every accomplishment and achievement. And do this not just for yourself, but for other people as well. Life is meant to be celebrated. We rush from one thing to the next so often. We jump through the hoops. We reach a certain goal, and before we've even had time to soak in that achievement, we're thinking about the next thing. We're rushing to achieve the next milestone. And if you're one of my coaching clients, you will hear me saying this often. Take the time to soak it in and celebrate. Your to-do list will never be completed. Your goals list will never be completed. And that's not the point. We're not trying to tick everything off in life. This sounds so cheesy, but the point is to enjoy the journey, to enjoy the ride, to enjoy what we're doing along the way. You probably know I love a list. I have a list of things that I treat myself to when I achieve certain goals and pass certain milestones. And I have like little things on there to treat myself to, and I have big things as well for when I reach bigger milestones. And sometimes I might just celebrate anyway. I might just celebrate, hey, I tried really hard at this thing. I might not have exactly met the standard that I wanted to, but I've tried really hard. I'm going to celebrate. Not only does this make life more fun, but you're also reinforcing your own confidence, your own belief in yourself. You're saying, I deserve a good life. I deserve to celebrate myself. Other people around you will be inspired by that, will start to also recognize, hey, life is a bit more about celebrating. So get out there and celebrate yourself, reward yourself. Another one of the things that I encourage all my coaching clients to do, and that I do myself religiously, is take yourself on a date day. And a date day is where you go and do something that is out of your norm. It's about reconnecting with your identity outside of work or outside of your usual day-to-day life. It's about thinking of things that you really want to do and just going and making them happen. Being a tourist in your local area, going and enjoying a nice meal on your own somewhere. Now, when I take myself for these date days, I like to put on a really nice outfit, do my hair and makeup, and when I go to wherever I'm taking myself to, I try and find myself something delicious to eat or drink or both, and I like to buy myself a little gift. So I might buy myself a new book or a new notebook or a new candle, because why not? Life's short. And I suppose I've mentioned this through all of the pieces of advice in this video, but just generally slowing down in life, taking time with things, giving yourself an extra few minutes to do your makeup, giving yourself an extra few minutes to get yourself dressed, slowing down when you're cooking, not rushing from one thing to the next and trying to get things done, but actually just enjoying being present and being in the moment. One of my favourite audiobooks is by Jim Rohn, and in his Ultimate Jim Rohn collection, he talks about being present in the sense that when you're in the shower, you should just be in the shower. When you're in the car, you should just be in the car. When you're at work, you should just be at work. And it's so simple. It does get to be this simple. Past me wouldn't have really understood this concept. I was the girl who was always in a rush. I was always thinking about the next thing, trying to optimize everything, be really productive, and I had this sense of urgency and busyness. I've really tried to slow down, and life feels so much better, so much better. And you know what? My output is so much higher. I'm actually more productive now that I've slowed down. I'm more thorough. It's like my energy has been concentrated, and I just feel better in general. So yeah, just being present has helped me so much. Taking your yoga mat outside and doing your workout in the garden or at the park and just enjoying the fresh air. And if you're the kind of and if you're out in the park and you're thinking to yourself, what if someone sees me? What if they do? Just enjoy being outside. No one is thinking about you. And last but not least, and I know that I haven't actually done this in this video, but dressing up for no reason, wearing your beautiful, lovely clothes, treating yourself to things that make you feel most like yourself and wearing them for everyday things, dressing up in your favorite dress to go and run errands or go to the supermarket. It makes you feel good. Why not? So I hope you've enjoyed this video of 30 things to help you romanticize your life, 30 ways that you can make your everyday life feel more special. And if you've got anything that you would add to this list, please comment it down below, because I love getting inspiration and ideas from you guys. If you've enjoyed this video, you are going to love my 30 things playlist, where I share lists of 30 things, like 30 things to make your life easier, 30 ways to improve your life, 30 things I wish I'd known in my 20s. So go ahead and check out that playlist. You're going to absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you've got the notification bell on so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you really want to, you can leave me a super thanks. I've seen that a couple of you have done that recently, and every time I get one, I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. And in the description box below, I will leave everything that I've talked about in this video, as well as a couple of freebies for you, so enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Take exquisite care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.